Hello, I'm Laura Thornburg, an academic advisor with TRIO EOC. I'm excited to share some key information about FAFSA and the financial aid process. I have worked in partnership with KCKCC Financial Aid for over 7 years and believe they are an excellent resource for you as you make post-high school plans. Parents, I also hope you will find this information to be helpful as you support your seniors. Who can fill out the FAFSA? A U.S. citizen with a Social Security number or an eligible non-citizen with a Social Security number. An eligible non-citizen will have a green permanent resident card. If someone has a red card and a Social Security card that says for work only, then they are not able to complete the FAFSA at this time. Keep in mind, though, a parent contributor does not have to have a Social Security number to create an FSA ID and contribute to the child's FAFSA. When should individuals fill out the FAFSA? Well, it opens October 1st every year. I always say October, November, and December are the best months to get your FAFSA done for the following year. While this isn't always possible, ideally students should fill it out with at least 2 weeks before the semester starts so they know if they qualify for financial aid or will be responsible for the bill. Pell eligibility also allows them to charge books at the bookstore the week before school starts, but if your FAFSA has not been processed, this will not be possible. High school seniors, you will complete the 2026-27 FAFSA for next year and use 2024 tax return information. Another avenue for funds to help pay for classes is scholarships. It is important to plan ahead and apply for scholarships 6 to 9 months ahead. KCKCC offers hundreds of scholarships each year, and the application takes less than 2 hours to complete. The application opens on March 15th and is due May 5th for fall scholarships. And then it opens again in September on September 15th with a deadline of November 5th for spring and summer scholarships. Please put a reminder on your phone calendar so that you do not miss it, because it is a hard deadline. All right, let's talk about what are you applying for when you fill out the FAFSA. Well, 3 things. Grants would be the first thing, and this is free money that you do not have to pay back as long as you are in good standing academically. The second thing would be student loans. This would be borrowed money where they take a fee out at the beginning and then it accrues interest. You must pay it back, and at KCKCC you'll need to fill out a separate form for a student loan. They then require you to complete the loan counseling and make sure you understand what you are agreeing to. The third and final thing would be work study. This is earned money by working somewhere on campus part-time. What are the steps to complete the FAFSA? Well, let's go over that. The first would be to create your FSA ID account. This would be for the student as well as a parent would need one. Second, the student would complete the student section of the FAFSA and go ahead and invite their parents. Then the parent logs on to their account and completes the parent section. One thing to keep in mind, make sure the information entered on the parent invite matches the name, date of birth, and Social Security number on the parent's FSA ID. Any slight deviation will result in not receiving the pending invitation. All right, dependency status is always a big question for students. Independent versus dependent. If a student is not 24 years old or older by the end of the year, that would be December the 31st. If they're not married and they do not have children, they are considered dependent and will need to invite a parent to complete the parent section. If a student is 24 years old or above, married, or has children they provide more than half their support for, then they are deemed independent and do not need parent information. There are some special circumstances that might make an individual independent, like if they were in foster care sometime after the age of 13, or if they had a guardian other than their parents. Keep in mind, living on your own and paying for everything does not make you independent for the FAFSA. And having a power of attorney document does not make someone a legal guardian. Please talk to the financial aid office for any questions regarding dependency status before you complete the FAFSA. If parents are married and do not file jointly, both parents will need an FSA ID and need to complete a parent section. If the student is married and does not file jointly, the spouse will need an FSA ID and need to complete the spouse section. It does take 3 to 5 days to process the FAFSA application before a summary lands in the financial aid office, where it is uploaded and then can generate an email to the student's college email. This email encourages them to go to their self-service account at KCKCC to review their award. The FAFSA summary will go to each school listed on the FAFSA application. Please keep in mind, if a student has not been admitted by the admissions office of that college, their FAFSA will not be uploaded and matched. Occasionally, we also have a circumstance where an individual puts one wrong number of their Social Security number on their admissions application. This will prevent the FAFSA summary from matching with the student's admissions admittance. It also is important for last names to match. Students should visit the registrar's office to correct misinformation on their student account. To see an award, students should go to their self-service, then click Financial Aid, and then select My Awards, and select the semester they will be attending. This will allow them to see the amount they will be receiving for the semester. A full Pell Grant this current year has been $7,395. This is always divided into 2 semesters and is based on full-time enrollment. That means you're taking 12 or more hours per semester. The amount is lowered if they are a part-time student. The school does not receive the money until about 4 weeks into the semester. Tuition and fees are subtracted from that amount, as well as any charges made in the bookstore. Then the remaining amount is sent to the student in a refund check, or a direct deposit is made. Refund checks usually roll out the end of September in the fall and the end of February in the spring. One of the best things a student can do to help themselves is to save their FSA ID. We encourage them to fill out this form and keep it with their taxpayer papers or their birth certificate. Another idea to save it would be to create a contact on their phone and put it in the notes section. Remember, you cannot start over the next year, and this will save you a lot of time if you have access to your password. No matter where you plan to attend school, the financial aid office is a key resource for you. Don't hesitate to reach out with questions. We wish you all the best during your senior year and beyond. Thank you.